We are past the midway point of the regular season in high school soccer. Tonight on Channel 12, a Lake Conference girls matchup between the Minnetonka Skippers and the Wayzata Trojans. From Wayzata High School, John Jacobson and Sig Ligreed. Sig, Minnetonka coming in with a 500 record, but they played some really good teams. Wayzata 5-2-2 on the season, and uncharacteristic 2 losses, you could say. But this has been such a good program for so long. Sometimes high expectations, maybe too high for Wayzata girls soccer.
Well, absolutely. Look over the last 25 years that Tony Besnacker has been coaching in this school system. They've always had good teams. They've always seemed to come up with some great performers. A little different in the last couple of years. Not quite the same type of people as had before. A little unusual for the record, but then they do have some injuries. They played some really good schools, and with somewhat the parity that they have now with girls soccer, it's difficult to maintain that same kind of excellence that they've had in the past.
Losses coming to Prior Lake and Hopkins, 2 very good sides, so no disgrace in that. And Sig mentioned the injuries. We'll talk about that as the evening goes on. It's a great soccer conference. These teams are very good and still among the better teams in the state. If you throw in everybody across Minnesota, you can't get much better than the Lake Conference and what these programs have done and what they can still do this year.
Well, absolutely. You look at their feeder programs; their history is just incredible, especially these 2 schools. And if you look at Minnetonka, even though with a 4-1 record, as you're saying, they have lost to some very good teams that are in the top 5 in the state, and those games are close. So I think these 2 teams are going to match up very nicely tonight. I see a lot of movement of the ball, a lot of younger players getting in, a lot of players who haven't had an opportunity to play will get the opportunity to play and showcase that they have the talent and the capacity to be at this level.
Looks at our key players, both underclassmen, starting with Minnetonka and junior forward Kippen Keller.
6 goals and 2 assists, number 9. As we're saying, one of the younger players that's really taken the lead and getting into position and scoring a lot of goals.
And for Wayzata, Morgan Turner, just a sophomore. And with Ruby Stauber out, who's been their leading scorer, she is the 2nd leading scorer on this team. Just a 10th grader, but 6 goals for her on the year.
Right, and also 1 assist to go with that. Number 9 also, this is where we're talking about a younger player coming and having an opportunity to showcase herself. Look for her to try to get open and do some good passing.
All right, should be a good one tonight. First of a doubleheader tonight, Minnetonka and Wayzata and girls soccer. And it comes your way next, right here on 12 Sports.
Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
John Jacobson, Sig Ligreed back at Wayzata High School, ready for this late afternoon game between Minnetonka and Wayzata. Skippers had a 3-match losing streak early in the season. They've come back to win 3 of 4 since then. They did lose their most recent game against Mounds View on Saturday. Wayzata also coming off a loss, the game against Prior Lake on Saturday afternoon here. So each team looking to get back on the winning track. And Minnetonka, a very successful season a year ago, Sig, but lost a lot of the girls off that team.
Yeah, they lost some of the key players, but I'm talking to the coaches before, and a lot of their nucleus is still there. They did graduate their star keeper, so that makes a big difference in how the team plays, because they had a great defense last year, coming off a 17-2-2 record for last year, and right now 4-4-1, and looking forward to take on the Trojans.
Good. Tony Pesnicker there on the left, 25th year as head coach at Wayzata, turned this program around right away from that first season. They'd had 3 wins in 1989, came back in 1990. Tony's head coach got all the way to the state championship game, losing to Park Cottage Grove. And it has not dipped really since then at all.
No, it's been one of the recognizably successful programs in the state, consistently into the playoffs. And even when he has a down, when he says he has a down year at the beginning, where he has a lot of freshmen and sophomore, all of a sudden here they show up in the state tournament.
Missed the state tournament last year, very rare occurrence for Wayzata girls soccer. We are underway. Wayzata in white, Minnetonka in blue. Trojans trying to move the ball across midfield. It's on a play. We'll get a throw in for the Skippers.
There's absolutely no wind to be a factor in this match.
This new turf field came in SIG before last season, but it was mismarked for soccer. The field came in narrower than it was supposed to, and so they replaced some of the turf, some of the markings in the off season, and now the yellow line that you see right there is the touch line of the new wider field, as it should have been in the first place, but was not done correctly the first time.
Coach Pesnegger knows that and had it changed, so now it's 70 yards wide or deep, 120 wide. And he likes that because it gives his team the opportunity to play open, much more passing.
They're trying to move it up to midfield. Bailey Hyde's pass intended for her was intercepted. Now the Skippers coming back. Maggie Christ with it, pushing it right side. Caitlin Campbell trying to angle it toward the goal. It's out of play and a goal kick. You look at the Skippers starting lineup in the top right corner of your screen. Wayzata keeper tonight, Kendall Coonan. She is a junior. And gets the goal kick away. Headed by Avery Amorosi of Minnetonka. Ball near the sideline. Trojans control with some short passes. Comes to Hyde. Dropping it back and booted ahead by Audrey Clarno. Comes back to Clarno again, the senior D. Up to Hyde. So you look at the Trojans starting lineup. Michaela Nelson across midfield being chased by Reagan Fleck out of play. We're going to get our first corner kick of the night, Sig.
And early on, this used to be a staple for the Trojans. But over years, that's changed since the opposing players are getting bigger and better. And Minnetonka has some very tall players who can get in there and hit it out.
Megan Schwartz, good corner kick, ball in front. Scramble for it.
It was a scrum, and they got a goal.
In.
Have no idea who put that in there. It was just way too many by. That's what you call a massive invasion.
You see, knocked it in. Goal comes at 2:58. And Wayzata takes a 1-0 lead.
And as we were talking about the corners not being as effective as they used to be, that's what got that score for them early in the match.
Schwartz, the senior captain, put a perfect ball in front, Sig. Made it a little easier for the girls in front to have a chance to score and put one away against Charlotte Brisley.
Yep, it was a beauty right in the middle of the goal area. Skipper's trying to come back.
We're going to get a corner for Minnetonka. Take a look at that again.
It's a beautiful corner right smack dab in front. And this is the battle for it right here.
I still can't tell from that.
Yeah, if we can watch the tape a little bit longer, we might be able to see who gets all the backslapping on the way out.
So we'll get a throw in for the Skippers. Ball going deep. There, this will be a goal kick.
Okay, we have a nice corner coming in. Bounces off a defender. It's just a mass of humanity.
And Wayzata leads 1-0 on that goal. 2:58 in. Throw in for Wayzata. Ball along the far sideline, kicked across midfield by Schwartz. But pass by Nelson. We'll get a throw in for Wayzata as Tonka tapped it out. Jojo Praska knocking it out. The throw in, then we'll do it again. Emily Sullivan with the throw in. Right in the air, chip toward the goal, and the header just high.
That was a nice pass right to the forward. Nice high kick right here, coming right into the danger area. Nice header, just a little bit off target, but that was a nice pass. Good set play there by the Trojans.
It was Bailey Hyde, the player, on the header. May have been the goal scorer in the first goal. We may have to wait till halftime to get the official confirmation of the goal scorers. We play on. Minnetonka trying to gain control, get a shot away. This one put wide of the goal, and Coonan letting it go will get the goal kick.
And Brisley with the corner.
Cross midfield, out of play. Wayzata throw in from midfield. Good takeaway for Schwartz and Wayzata. Their pass a little bit behind. Attacker on the right side, picked off by Minnetonka, then controlled again by Wayzata. Nelson chipping it toward the net. Now on the left, it's Hyde. Hyde trying to cross it, does put it in front. Stopped nicely by the Skippers and cleared away. Play to keep it in by Clarno. Minnetonka getting it back and plays it to midfield. Clarno left side for the Trojans. He had to Hyde, drops it back. And out to midfield where Schwartz takes it again.
Nice.
Plays it on her right. Kept in play by Sarah Guzmir. Takes the pass from Nelson.
That time just a little bit ahead, but their passing out for Wayzata has been very impressive the last few minutes. As the defense clears it out, Tonka pushes it back in again.
And Morosi got a foot on it. Out at midfield, header there by Praska. And she'll play to the middle of the field here to Harnell. Out on her right. Drilled ahead by Pitsley. Out of play. We'll get a goal kick again for Wayzata. Take away by Schwartz. And cleared out of play by Fleck. Throw in by Hyde. Let's look at Jeff Hopkins, now in his 11th year as head coach at Minnetonka. Sig mentioned 17 wins for them a year ago. They were upset by Hopkins Royals in the section final. We're going to throw in for Minnetonka. This will be Praska, the sophomore defender, putting it ahead. That off a Minnetonka player. Good takeaway by Wayzata in the back there and forces the Minnetonka turnover. Now back comes Wayzata. Now they come to midfield with Hyde. And couldn't get that touch pass down the line.
She covered about 35 yards by herself. Minnetonka clearing the ball.
And they get it to midfield. Played ahead by Patera on the right side. Mao trying to create some room for herself. Ellen Mao in the middle of the field now. Pass on the left, but missed her mark there, and we'll get a throw in for Wayzata. It's turned over by Minnetonka. Throw in from Guzmier.
That was an unfortunate turnover because they had the momentum to go with Mao coming up the right side and then ends up turning the ball over. But now they recaptured the possession.
Throw in by Amorosi. In for Patera. Take away from her. And off of.
That should be
off
a
of Wayzata player, looked like,
should
right?
be a goal kick.
Yep.
I mean, corner kick.
Yeah. I think it was off Paul's Grove. So Tonka will get its first corner.
See how they do on their set play. Wayzata being successful in getting a goal on theirs.
Holly Pitsley on the corner.
It gets past everybody. Contained by Thorson. And that'll be a goal kick.
Well, a throw in here. Looks like
throw
it
in,
was,
sorry.
It was off of Wayzata.
Yeah.
Throw in coming for Campbell.
We have another throw in.
Patera looking. Now gets the throw in, then off the head of Campbell and out. Goal kick, Wayzata.
I'm not used to looking at the scoreboard. I'm looking at the right scoreboard on the right side, which is off, and the new one on the left, which is big and bright and colorful.
Left side, back comes Wayzata across midfield. Hyde tried to push it ahead for Nelson. Couldn't do so. We get a throw in for Pitsley and Minnetonka.
Wayzata defense doing a great job that time of taking possession, moving the ball where they want it, and now pushing forward. Skippers, midfielders winning the ball here.
Long ball ahead by Minnetonka. And this will roll out. Goal kick by Kunin.
Sends it up nicely. Get turnover and a throw in for Wayzata.
Carried against that sideline, and the Trojans unable to move it back toward the middle of the field. They turn it over. Header by the Skippers. To midfield and back. Drilled ahead. Race forward is Mao. Trying to get it put up nicely. And we'll get a throw in for Minnetonka.
Try to get it back to Mao, and she does. Nice turnaround shot.
Angling a shot, and save made by Kunin off the foot of Gabby Patera.
Let's see it again. Left footed shot, heading towards the goal. Kunin right there to bring it in. Make sure she doesn't get any kind of a rebound.
Clarno for Hyde and back. Clarno now drilling it further ahead. And a trap it there is Nelson. Turner in possession, missed on the pass ahead to Hyde. We'll get a throw in for the Skippers. Pitsley to throw it in. Nearing the midway point here of the first half. Turnover by the Skippers. Clarno.
That's deflected up in the air. This is when it gets dangerous, when the ball gets up that high. You don't know who's going to end up with it.
Yeah, drilling it out of bounds is Pitsley. We got to throw in for Wayzata. It'll be taken by Hyde. Hyde will chip it toward the net. Skippers headed away. Good defensive play. Long ball. And that'll be sent wide of the Skipper net. Goal kick for Minnetonka. Taken by the freshman, Charlotte Brisley. Their junior keeper, Katie McMillan, hurt her shoulder against Eden Prairie, so she's been out since then. It's been Brisley who's taken over and had played some earlier. Also has played 5 games, 3 goals against, 2 shutouts so far for her. But it's Wayzata that's really been hurt by injury so far here early in the season. It's Brisley coming up with the ball again. Mentioned in the pregame that Ruby Stauber is out for them. Sigma not the only player. She's out with a concussion, and you never know with concussions how long that could be. Allie Cranfield's out with pneumonia. They lost 2 players for the season to ACL injuries. Allison Dugan and Julia Lettenberger. Dugan, one of their captains for this year. Both of them seniors. So always tough when you're a senior and you lose your whole season for an injury.
Absolutely, especially when you're a starter and a captain. So it makes it difficult for the coaching staff to get their team put together. But on the other side of it, the flip side, they are getting the younger players opportunities to play and develop. And from what we've seen so far, they're doing fairly well.
Kunin on the season, a goals against average of 1.14. She's played more than Lene Johnson, although they played similar number of minutes for the season. 420 minutes for Kunin in the net, and Johnson 320 for Wayzata. So one will roll out, and we'll have another goal kick for the Trojans.
That's a good mix and a good thing for the Wayzata team, because they know they can alternate goalkeepers and not lose any talent.
Coonan getting the kick away, but missed her target. It's taken by Keller. Here's Keller, leading scorer for Minnetonka, trying to fend off the defender, Hyde.
Well, you can see why she has those numbers. Look at this move of Keller. Finally gets it across.
Puts it out in front, missed Mao, who was right in front. Wasn't trying to get it to her, but Mao was the closest player. And Wayzata able to take it back. They get it across midfield, lead pass ahead. Here's a chance, but coming out is Brisley to take the ball away. The Wayzata forward was Morgan Turner, but couldn't catch up to it, and Brisley gets the save.
Brisley stood her ground, stood right there and waited for the ball, didn't panic.
Throw in for the Trojans, the lead taken by Hyde. On the sideline, nice little touch to keep it in play by Nelson, but no one ahead of her to play it. It's Minnetonka with the throw in. Played ahead by Harnell out to midfield. Knocked away from Mao. Not a good play by the defender Colpeen. Now angled toward the net. Brisley comes out and makes the save. High boot ahead toward midfield. And that was knocked down on the header by Keelan Billmeyer. Nelson trying to create some space. Michaela Nelson back to her right. Pass blocked. Pitsley unable to control it, and then Nelson couldn't catch back up to it, and so we get the throw in.
That's about the fourth time they've been trying to get that ball down in the Tonka end, and it ends up going over the touchline.
Throw in for Pitsley. And it goes right back to Wayzata.
This opportunity here deep in the Minnetonka end. Throws that right in the middle of traffic. And Minnetonka clears it, but not out.
To the middle of the field. Header, and then knocked away. Get a whistle and get a foul on Minnetonka.
That is the first foul of the match for either team.
Goes against Maggie Christ and the Skippers.
That's a ways out. That's 45 yards, but they being Wayzata have the set play here. Gets it into traffic.
Chipped
right
ahead. And right at Brisley.
And she says, "Thank you very much. I'll take that."
Midfield and played ahead by Patera of Minnetonka. Comes back to Paulsgrove, and she'll just leave it for her goalie Coonan.
And the race is on. Looks like the Minnetonka defender will get there first. Feeds it over to Brisley, who kicks it. But I think it's going to be picked off by the Trojans.
To the left side, going down, we get a whistle and foul as Billmeyer was tripped up.
Okay, now Wayzata with an advantage, 32 yards out with their set play. Most of the group lining up on the far side. Probably going to hook this just a little bit to the left. Here it goes.
Schwartz.
Header. Couldn't
And
get at it.
Turner going for the header, missed, and it's goal kick for the Skippers.
Good set play. Nice arch on the ball and placed in the right direction. Just a little bit off on the timing. Otherwise, that could have been a dangerous play for the keeper. Brisley kicks it out.
Now the Skippers trying to get an attack mounted. Patera sending it ahead. Chip to the right side. This is Mao. Excuse me, this is Keller.
Keller. Yeah, it's Keller.
Keller with Paulsgrove playing against her will get a corner kick for Minnetonka. So good work by Kip and Keller. Gets a corner for her team.
That's excellent work. He was being marked up well by the defender, but managed to get a corner kick out of it.
Pitsley will take the corner.
And Minnetonka lining up on the far side. Right in the center, good corner.
In front, headed away by Carno. And cleared out of danger by the Trojans.
Finally clears the defensive zone. Trying to mount an attack or on the right flanker.
Here's Sullivan.
It's a 2-on-6. Not much room to maneuver.
And Tonka able to get it back. Trojans cross the ball to the middle. Shot and wide.
Track
And
down
a
nicely.
good job by Hyde to get it. Puts it in front. Cleared away. The sideline will get a throw in for Wayzata. Good work by the Trojans. Unable to get shot on goal, but setting up some potentially good plays. Just need to put those away. But you like the opportunity
Yes.
that they're trying to create here. And
Right, they're setting up quality
Yes.
shots, and that's a big marker for a successful team. They know where they want to put the ball. Minnetonka wisely throws it back.
Fleck with it. Turner on her. Now it comes to Chris, who took a push and get a free kick after the foul on Wayzata.
First foul on Trojans.
Coach Pesniker talking with Alexis Jones there on the sideline.
Obviously getting her ready for entrance. Just a little bit too much push and foul called against the Skippers. We went the first 20 minutes without any fouls at all. Now we're starting to rack them up.
Short pass by Paulsgrove. On her right, long shot away, headed out. Skippers play it ahead, but no one there, and Wayzata will get it back. They'll reset back to Kunin.
Kunin has people on the left and right, then goes up the middle. Nice takeaway.
Good play at midfield by Billmeyer.
Bill Meyer winning that ball decisively. Offside called. Morgan Turner was down there just a little bit ahead of the pass.
Here's Pitsley. In midfield, Wayzata's Schwartz. Being marked by Mao. Passes up ahead to Sullivan, or excuse me, to Nelson. Knocked out by the Skippers. Throw in by Wayzata. Sullivan getting ready to handle the throw in. Now she'll hand it off, and it'll be Guzmir instead. Jones in for Wayzata, replacing Paulsgrove. Just over 11 minutes to play here. First half, 1-0 Wayzata. Goal coming in the first 3 minutes of tonight's match. Kick away by Brisley. Here's Keller speeding up the left side. Keller's got Mao with her in the middle, and
She was tripped out. The outside the box.
Not by much, but she was.
Here's the trip right there. That's when she starts to trip. Outside the box by about a good foot. So Minnetonka with a golden opportunity here, just outside the far side of the penalty box. And they're stacked up. They're not really stacked up. They're spread out right in the penalty area.
Keller drilling it in for a goal. Off the direct free kick, tied up by Kippen Keller.
Just a nice kick, good angle, and pass the keeper into the corner of the net. That was a beautiful shot. And the Skippers tie it up with 10:04 to go in the first half.
So it's 1-1. To move inside of 10 minutes to play here in the opening half.
And both goals on set plays.
Header by Schwartz. Skipper's pass. A little bit behind. Patera's got to try to catch up to it. Then taken away by Wayzata. Megan Schwartz. Gonna go deep with it. And it comes back all the way to Brisley as Turner was being shielded away. Now Minnetonka, fresh off that goal. It's Keller again, going right side with her pass.
Keeps
Catching
it
up
in.
with it is Mao. Battle along the sideline.
But this time it's going to be Wayzata with the throw-in.
Good defensive play by Bailey Hyde, and it goes off of Mao. Throw in Trojans. Put back into play by Carno. Matchin had it for a moment, dropped back. Launched toward the goal by Patera, loose in front, cleared away. The sidelines and out of play.
Hyde unable to keep it in bounds. Keller with the throw-in. Keller with some nice moves.
Tried to drop the pass back to Machin, but couldn't get it to her. Across midfield now comes Wayzata.
Minnetonka defense came back quickly that time to
Played out on the right from Brisley to Pritzley across midfield. So go out of play. Throw in Wayzata. Trojans throw in coming for Clarno. Yep. Apparently free kick,
yeah,
Sig.
Yep. Sends that one fairly deep. And battling for control. Wayzata pokes it forward, it'll be right to Brisley. Ooh,
Schwartz trying
almost.
to lead the pass off. Brisley getting there ahead.
A little bit touchy because Brisley kind of pinned the ball down between her hands and the turf.
Sullivan was the Wayzata forward. Almost got to that ball, but Brisley getting there first. This one will go off of the Trojans Jones and get a throw in for the Skippers. Comes to Keller. Keller hesitating, moves back nicely to her left, lost the ball. Comes in the middle, cleared away by Colpeen of Wayzata. Billmeyer. Nice move around one defender. Oh, and then gets it back nicely to the left and switches the ball to that side. Comes to Hyde. Hyde off of Flecken out. Was that a throw in?
Looking for a target and gets somebody. Be a throw on the previous shot. Keller fighting for it. Boy, she's really tenacious down there.
Hyde throwing it in. Got it to Schwartz. Schwartz trying to lead it ahead for Sullivan, and Brisley slides out. They're similar to play about a minute ago.
Yes, it is. And I bet you that won't be the last time we see that play. Trying to spring somebody on that flank, on the right flanker.
Ball kicked deep toward the Tonka net. Here's Turner with a shot right in the midsection of Brisley. Brisley with a defender. A couple defenders close, but you knew she had a brief opening there. Just a small window to try to time and space-wise to kick it through. She did, with Charlotte Brisley right there to make the save. Now Wayzata briefly losing possession. Puts it on net, but not too much on this one by Turner. And we'll get a goal kick for Brisley again. Header by Hyde. And back left side. Comes to Schwartz. Trying to get it ahead for Hyde. And out of play. Throw in for Minnetonka. With 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Off the skippers, throw in.
Hyde trying to find something with an opening. Battle for it, it'll be Hyde again.
Hyde gets the pass for Billmeyer, and off of Billmeyer, well defended by Machen of Minnetonka. Forces the turnover, get a throw in for Pitsley. What a play off of Minnetonka. Throw in by Clarno. Lofting it ahead for Turner. Off Pitsley, throw in Wayzata. Hyde got it in, couldn't hit Schwartz with it, broken up by the skippers. Now back comes Minnetonka.
Kessler on the run, drives it up ahead, but Wayzata was waiting for it on defense. Now here's the
Keller trying to get it ahead for Carlson on that last Minnetonka rush. All the way back down to the skipper's end. Driven out by Rebecca Thorson. We'll get a throw in for Wayzata. Comes in for Guzmir. Throw in by Patera.
picked off by Wayzata midfield. Another charge for the Trojans, but picked off by Skippers. It'll be a throw-in.
Billmeyer going along with Ferrara Lugo for the ball. That brought a whistle, a foul.
Final minute in the first half. Wayzata with possession in the set play.
Schwartz on the free kick. Boots it long toward the net. Header and on net to Brisley. Off the head of Billmeyer.
Yeah, just not much on that one. And Brisley right there to scoop it up.
Clarno to midfield. Lost it. Now it comes to Hyde. Play. It's going to be a throw in for Minnetonka. Throw in by Patera. Too far for Keller on the pass. And Keller tripping up Clarno. That draws a whistle and a foul.
Came up behind her. And we're not going to get a continuation as the half ends.
The end of the first half, Wayzata scores early, Minnetonka late, and we are tied up at 1. We'll take a break, come back with more Minnetonka and Wayzata girls soccer tonight on Channel 12. We're back after this timeout.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
The great outside.
We both love the outdoors.
So shiny. That's not a flower.
We both love geology.
Oh, look. An igneous one.
That's not a rock. And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
That's not a dog. Hanging out has been kind of fun.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Halftime, Minnetonka Wayzata Lake Conference Girls Soccer on Channel 12. We are tied up at 1. As we look at some highlights from the first 40 minutes of play, Wayzata getting on the board at the 37:02 mark. The corner by Megan Schwartz, and it's Kaylin Billmeyer, the player that's actually on the ground there, got her foot on it, able to knock it into the skipper's net and make it 1-0, just 2:58 into the match. One of the saves in the first half there by junior goalie Kendall Coonan for Wayzata. The crossing pass here from Kippen Keller, but nobody there for Minnetonka to play. But Keller will get an opportunity on a direct free kick, blasts the shot in that Coonan just got a piece of, but not enough to stop it. Keller with her 7th goal of the season, answering Billmeyer's 6th of the year. And then the save later in the half by Brisley off the foot of Morgan Turner. If you look at the numbers for the first half, Wayzata with definite ball possession and control, and that reflected in the shots and the shots on goal so far. And we are tied up at 1 on the scoreboard. That's the important part as we head for the second half of play. Minnetonka Wayzata. Soccer is coming up the second half after this timeout.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets makes super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. you can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
1-1 Minnetonka Wayzata tied up as we start the second half of our Lake Conference girls soccer match. Minnetonka tying the game up, and the goal from Kippen Keller after Keelan Billmeyer had given Wayzata a very early lead. Sig, your thoughts on each team's play in the first half and what they need to adjust, if anything, in the second half?
Well, it was actually, as advertised, both teams playing pretty even. Not too many fouls. We went 20 minutes before we had our first foul. The key players we talked about earlier, both number 9s, playing well. I think for Wayzata, get some better quality shots. They've had 5 shots on goal. Unfortunately, most of them have been pretty soft. So they need a little bit more action that way. For Minnetonka, better ball possession. They're giving up too many takeaways in their own end. But the keeper Brisley has been keeping them in the match also.
So we are underway here in the second half. Again, it's Wayzata in white, Minnetonka in blue. Along the far sideline, and Nelson trying to keep it in play.
And that was the other thing that I noticed in the first half. On the left side or the left flank was that I consistently pushed the ball up the line, but they also consistently let it go over the touchline. So they need to be either in another couple of yards or straighten out those passes.
Ball played in the middle of the field. Nebraska trying to send it down the left side, but completely missed on the pass intended for Amorosi. Now the play will get a throw in for Wayzata. They'll be taken by Sullivan. Drops it back for Colpeen. Billmeyer. Sullivan. Crossed in front, played out by Harnell. We get a throw in for Wayzata.
So just as in the first half, Wayzata doing a good job of ball possession and moving it down.
Sullivan into Colpeen. Back it goes to Billmeyer. Billmeyer again for Wayzata. Marked there by Machin. Left side. Cross toward the middle. Now it comes onto the foot of Clark. Puts it toward the net, but missed. And it is off of Minnetonka. So we'll get a corner kick here for Wayzata. Corner will be taken by the freshman, Addison Clark. Put it in front. Nice. Header by Billmeyer and then drilled away nicely by Minnetonka. And here comes Keller for Minnetonka.
Now it's 1-on-2.
Maw on her left.
Now 2-on-2.
Maw trying to make a move around the defender, and Colpeen got her foot on it, played it away, and now clears it out. Good play by Grace Colpeen, the sophomore defender.
That was excellent defensive play, poking the ball away and then maneuvering the ball to give the Trojans a chance to far up and move forward. Here comes the Skippers again with Keller.
Keller taking the pass from Machin. Left side, deeper for Amorosi, and we'll get a corner kick for Minnetonka. It's off of Sullivan. Oh, they're going to say a goal kick.
The defender managed to fight it off till the very end. Ends up with Coonan for the goal kick. That's not
missing on the header was Sullivan, but she got a little bump and there's a foul whistled against Minnetonka. And we'll get a free kick for the Trojans. Clarno puts it back into play. Amorosi back ahead for Minnetonka. Taken now by Billmeyer. Dropping it back, Clarno. Trying to lead it ahead for Nelson. Couldn't do so, but getting foot on it was Albrecht. Bailey Albrecht is in here in the second half. Freshman. Here's Hyde dropping it back. Missed on the pass for Copine. We'll get a throw in for Minnetonka. Skippers will reset deep as Pitsley trying to play it out for Keller. Take away by Hyde from Wayzata. Keller gets it back for the Skippers. Middle of the field, Machen playing it to her left. Broken up deep by Jones of Wayzata, out of play off the Trojans. Throw in Minnetonka. Pitsley getting it in play. Clarno. And she'll play it ahead. Here comes Wayzata. Out to midfield, broken up by the Skippers. Keller had Patera on the left, and their pass intended for Amorosi was picked off and then taken back by Keller. Keller will chip it toward the net. The goal kick off the wide shot. Minnetonka getting, wouldn't say scoring opportunities yet, but a little more pressure, a little more possession here early in the second half.
Right, much better possession, so it's been kind of an even Steven for possession in the second half. With neither team getting a shot on goal yet.
Nicely done by Nelson to keep that in play. Then Minnetonka gets the takeaway. A foul whistled against Wayzata. Free kick will be taken by Thorson.
See if they get it to number 9, Keller.
Comes instead to Patera. Taken away from her by Jones. Back to Sullivan, out of play, throw in Minnetonka. Praska throw in. Lead pass, ball put into the middle of the field. Outside and out of play. Throw in by Pitsley.
George is not connecting on those longer passes.
In for Minnetonka is Tuttle.
And getting arrested, number 4, Harnell. Harnell went down on the pitch a few minutes ago, and she was kind of favoring one leg. Now she's going to be resting up.
Albrecht dropping the pass back to Clarno on the sideline. Wayzata can't keep possession. Throw in for Minnetonka. Now, had it for a moment. We're going to throw in again for the Skippers. Pitsley gets the ball in. Turning is Jones for Wayzata. Claire Jones getting it ahead. Albrecht, short pass. Clark taken away from her. The defensive play by Patera.
Patera moved in quickly and just picked the pocket.
Left side pass goes to Amorosi.
Just a little bit over the touchline, and Wayzata with the throw in.
Throw in coming from Colpeen. Header by Praska of Minnetonka. Machin moving in helps create a turnover. Now Morosi lost it. We get a whistle. And a free kick for, no, we'll get a throw in rather for Wayzata, just out of play on that. Sullivan got it back for Bill Meyer. Now drilled ahead across midfield by the Trojans. Along the sideline and out, throw in Tonka.
Off the Wayzata player, quick throw in.
Played across midfield by the Trojans. Scrambling for control. Clark and now Nelson. Out of play, Minnetonka. Throw in.
Maybe they need to move the touchline out another foot.
They've been close on a lot, haven't they?
Yes, they have. It's been very close, but they, for some reason, they just can't maintain it. Of course, some of that's due to the pressure of the Minnetonka players. It was setting it up again. They're switching field.
Comes back to Carno. Deflects into the middle of the field. And a good play by Rebecca Thorson to break that up. Ahead now. Patera plays it right side. Played back out. And up ahead across midfield. Here's Hyde. Comes back, Albrecht back for Hyde nicely.
Got two attackers
Crossing
up there.
it, but put it over the net. And we'll get a goal kick for Minnetonka.
Izzy Hyde trying to explore that flanker side. Tries to get centered over to Nelson, but missed that area, and it ends up being a goal kick. Battle for it now in the midfield. Wayzata wins that one, and we'll try it again down the left side.
That whistle as Hyde had possession of the ball.
Over the touchline.
Throw in Minnetonka. We played just over 12 minutes here in the second half. No score.
And actually no really quality shots taken.
Last scoring coming with just over 10 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, Minnetonka right now with one shot taken. Wayzata with two shots taken. The rest of it's been up in the middle. And both defenses doing a good job of stepping in and clearing the ball out. And then the other part of it is the ball goes over the touchline.
Clarno throwing it in. Played up the left side by Bill Meyer. Race to the ball. Fleck is going to get there first, playing it back for keeper Brisley. Skippers can't maintain control. Now they get it back toward their D. Punched up ahead, middle of the field. Trojans take it back. Bill Meyer. Short pass to Albrecht.
Sends it to the outside. They're going to set for a cross.
Hyde trying to get free, but she's marked up pretty well by Pitsley. Longer shot from further out, and now it comes Brisley to make the save with Nelson right in on top of her.
Minnetonka setting up, now goes forward. There's way too many white shirts and no blue shirts down on the other end. As Coonan picks that one up, it'll be a punt.
Taken by Patera. Back to the middle of the field, turned over to Clark and Wayzata. No push and a foul on Minnetonka. On the free kick, Bill Meyer. Broken up by the Skippers. Tonka coming back, pass ahead to Mao. To her left, gets the pass to Patera.
They're looking for an opening.
Patera back to her left again and didn't get anything on the shot.
You see Patera sizing up the defender. That's Jones back there. And also Bill Meyer came back and could not get a shot off and goes to the near side of the goal.
Ball put out toward midfield. And comes to Clark on the left side for Hyde. Now it's Nelson with a touch on it to Hyde. Hyde going deep, defended by Fleck. It's off of Fleck, and we're going to get a corner kick for Wayzata.
So Wayzata moving quickly down the field. Set up for their corner kick, set play. Looks like Clark is going to take it. Edison Clark, just a ninth grader. And sends that one into the net.
Goal kick for Minnetonka. Skippers with possession. They get it across midfield. Broken up by Wayzata by Sullivan. Excuse me, Sig.
I was going to say, Wayzata very comfortable in moving their defense back for a reset and be a foul called against Wayzata. Knocked down the player. We'll have Thorson with the free kick.
Thorson booting it toward Trojans net, headed away by Bill Meyer along the right sideline, out of play. Throw in for the Skippers. Praska dropping it back for Fleck. She drills it across midfield. Keller can't gain control.
Hyde again on the outside, sends it down. Clark chases it, also chased by number 2 on the defense, that's Fleck. And Minnetonka comes away with the throw-in.
Throw on a go for Wayzata now from Clarno. Bailey Albrecht back in for Wayzata. Comes back to Bill Meyer. Now it's Clark.
Ball comes free. Minnetonka's going to get it, and they're off to the races.
Skippers on the move. Christ cross to the middle of the field for Machin. Back to midfield. Here's Clark for Wayzata.
Sends it up to the Minnetonka defense. Over the touchdown will be a throw-in for Wayzata. Substitution first. Megan Schwartz coming back in.
Skippers now gain possession. Patera, middle of the field. Christ was knocked off the ball. Wayzata able to defend and get it back to Kunin. Patera, left side, missed on the pass, broken up by Sullivan. Now Schwartz for Wayzata.
Another good counter by the Trojans, able to get the ball downfield.
To midfield and back over to Bill Meyer. He turns pass to Hyde. Back for Bill Meyer.
Trying to set something up. Bill Meyer just kind of trying to feel the defense to see where she can put the ball to get an offense started.
Bill Meyer right side, Sullivan. The corner drilled out of play. Throw in Wayzata. It'll be Nelson to put it in play.
Number 10, Palsgrove from Wayzata going back into the game.
Here's Bill Meyer. Sullivan crossing it in front. Header goes high and out of play. Goal kick, Minnetonka. And a half minutes to go here in the second half. Still 1-1. Minnetonka throw in. Substitution for the Skippers. Katja Carlson in.
Kellner gets a deserved rest.
Chance for Turner and Wayzata. Shot away in the save by Brisley. Took the short pass from Addison Clark, and Morgan Turner puts it on net. And Charlotte Brisley there, and freshman makes the save.
You see it again.
Pretty
Nice.
Well defended by
Yep.
Fleck, but Turner, to her credit, also did a good job kind of arming the defender off a little bit with her right arm and allowing herself an opportunity to get a shot away. Back to live action here. 1-1 with ball at midfield, controlled by Bill Meyer. Bowed left side
And
to
ball.
the sideline, and that is going to be off of Pitsley and a throw in. Nope, excuse me, it's off of Wayzata, so it'll be a throw in instead for Minnetonka. Comes in to Patera. Back to the middle of the field. And Colpine won the race to the ball. Up to midfield and out. Throw in Minnetonka.
Foul called against Minnetonka. A little push in the back. Center Ron Leaf calling that one.
Hallsgrove on the pass ahead. Comes to Bill Meyer.
Picked off by the Minnetonka midfielders, now retaken by Wayzata. A little push in the back.
Schwartz pushed and free kick for Wayzata.
And Megan Schwartz, number 7, hobbling a little bit. You see it? Yeah, just a little elbow in the back.
Kick by Paulsgrove, sent deep, out of play. Minnetonka trying to drop it back and play it across. Minnetonka sends it down left side. Out of midfield.
And over the touchline. The Minnetonka ball.
Played by Fleck across midfield, trying to get it to Christ. Christ has it now.
Trying to switch fields, and it's going to be a little bit behind her.
Missed on the pass, intended for Carlson. Throw in for Wayzata. Well played ahead by Clarno. Broken up by Tonka.
That's what you don't want to do, is to turn her over your own defensive side.
Cross to the middle, comes to Christ. Lost it and booted away by Billmeyer. Sent back the other way by Fleck for Minnetonka. Now Turner for Wayzata. Knocked away from her by Thorson. Wayzata getting it again. Albrecht tried to drop a pass back. That was broken up by Patera. Whistle, foul on Wayzata. Free kick for Minnetonka.
Another push. And Pia Thorson again with the free kick. Waiting for her players to get lined up.
Header, just missing wide on the attempt was Christ. Pretty good pass from Thorson, and Christ just mishitting the header. Gives a goal kick to Kunin and Wayzata. Turnovers given to Minnetonka now. Race for the ball right side. Getting there is Carlson crossing the ball. Broken up by Clark, sent back. Scramble for it, and the Trojans have it. Booted ahead by Hyde across midfield. Down the sideline it goes, comes onto the foot of Fleck, back for her keeper Brisley. Schwartz trying to get the header and got bumped by Tuttle. Now brings a whistle and a foul. Schwartz on the free kick.
It's a direct kick.
Comes right side, header in front. Another hitter trying to trap it and clear it out. It's Thorson. Thorson battling along the sideline for possession with Clark, won by Minnetonka. Skipper's throw in. Here's Christ for Minnetonka. Ball played ahead. Schwartz Long lead pass, race for the ball, and Brisley getting there first. It'll be a throw in for Wayzata. Turner was the Wayzata forward. Trying to win that race to the ball.
So Nelson comes in, Bill Meyer comes out for a rest. Get her rested for the last 4 or 5 minutes of the match. So we have Mao coming back in along with Keller for Minnetonka. So the starters are back.
Throw in broken up by Thorson. Skippers cross midfield. Boot to the middle of the field. Played by Sullivan of Wayzata. Out of midfield.
Nelson going down the right. Intercepted by the Skippers. It's been a fast-paced match.
Yes, it has. Out of play, throw in Wayzata. Less than 10 minutes to go in the second half now. Turner trying to get it to the middle of the field to Clark. That was broken up. Trojans will reset. Paulsgrove taking the pass from Colpeen will return it. And Colpeen getting it across midfield to Schwartz. Schwartz, right side looking for Turner. Out of play off of Praska.
That was a good defensive move that time, not giving Wayzata the chance for the cross and take their chances on the throw-in.
Turner putting it on net. One bounce to Brisley, who makes the stop. Here comes Wayzata. Long shot, but wide. Schwartz, the strong leg, but couldn't get that one on net.
Just got under it a little bit too much, and it sails off to the right. But I like the idea for Wayzata right now. If you can, take those shots and make something happen, because nothing's happening on these passes on the from the outside in. The Minnetonka defense has been stubborn. Same thing on the other side. Wayzata defense has been pretty solid. And not giving up a quality shot in the second half. Here's Keller trying to get something going.
Taken away from her, and a good play by Sullivan. Here comes Sullivan for Wayzata with a burst. That one goes off of the defender Praska. Trojans reset.
Yeah, sending it outside, now back. Trying to set up something.
Put toward the net by Clarno. Skippers broke that up. Keller boots it out in front of herself, but Trojans are back there and played ahead by Paulsgrove. Throw in Wayzata. Ball to the end line, out of play. Throw in, or excuse me, goal kick for Minnetonka.
Conan with the goal kick. No, sorry. Grizzly with the kick.
Out to midfield it goes. Pass ahead comes to Keller. Goes off of Paulsgrove, booted away by Colpeen. Now it's Hyde for Wayzata. To midfield. Pass missing, too far in front of Nelson. And the Skippers come back to midfield. Middle of the field, it's Keller. Whistle, we'll get a foul. Whistled against Wayzata.
It's now Minnetonka with an opportunity. About 44 yards out, 43 and a half yards out. It's a direct kick.
Taken by Thorson. She'll put it toward the net, but Wise trying to get it on the left side for Christ, but too far out in front of her. So we get the goal kick for Coonan and the Trojans.
So was that able to fend that one off? You know, late in the game, you don't want to give up an easy set play on a free kick. Keller moving the ball well again.
Yeah, Wayzata couldn't control it back there. Paulsgrove trying to save it, couldn't. So we get a corner kick for Minnetonka. Pitsley will take the corner.
Let's look for it to go to the far side of the post. It does. Headed and then missed it. Great placement though. Put it right in the center of the penalty area.
Maggie Christ was the player on the header.
Right to her, and then just couldn't redirect it. So was it a dodge? There's a big bullet on that one. Minnetonka pressing now.
Keller, good takeaway from her by Colpeen. Here come the Trojans with Schwartz.
Trying to get to Turner. It does.
Sullivan trying to return the pass. Or Nelson, rather, trying to return the pass. Now Turner will drop it back to midfield. Sullivan to the middle of the field. And a takeaway there. Well defended by Patera. Wayzata will reset. Arno chipping the pass ahead to Hyde. Hyde trying to get past Machin. Their pass broken up. Trojans get it right back. No one able to keep it in play was Nelson. .225 left in regulation, maybe headed to overtime here. Here's Turner with a chance. Shot away and saved by Brisley.
Brisley right there watching Turner all the way. Looked the ball into her stomach, and here's a left-footed shot. Right at Brisley, nicely covering it. Again, Minnetonka on the counter. It's going back and forth now with time starting to be a factor.
They loft it to Keller. Played away by Sullivan to midfield, taken by Tuttle. Pass on the right side, cross to the middle. That's broken up by the Trojans, trapped by Thorson. Thorson left side, nobody there for Minnetonka. Goal kick for Wayzata.
Now Wayzata, if they can maintain possession, will try and get an offensive set going. Coming up on 1 minute.
Turner. It's the pass left side, turning and firing. It's headed away by the Skippers. Clark.
Fighting for it and manages to maintain possession. He gets across.
Fighting Frasca for it there. Shot away by Albrecht. Ball in the air. It's loose. Up in the air again toward the net. Knocked away nicely by Brisley. Just realized she couldn't grab it, but just knocked it down, Sig. Which is just as effective in that situation.
But that's exactly what you want to do in that situation is punch the ball out and knock it down on the ground. Because we get a foul called against the Trojans.
Christ goes down hard. A stoppage in play.
It's just a pileup of players. And then, yeah, she gets right there. Gets tripped up by Schwartz. Good news, she gets up. We have 8.3 seconds to go. So unless Minnetonka heads this one in or skips it in, could end up with the tie or for the overtime.
Headed toward the net, but nobody there for Minnetonka to play it, so we will go to overtime. No scoring here in the second half. Our score, Minnetonka 1, Wayzata 1. We'll come back with more Lake Conference Girls Soccer after this timeout.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
With Sig Ligre, I'm John Jacobson. Welcome back. We get set for overtime. Minnetonka Wayzata. Girls soccer, 2 5-minute overtimes. Tonight at Wayzata High School. Beautiful evening for soccer, Sig, as you mentioned early in the telecast. Not much for wind tonight.
Nope.
Moderate temperatures, and very nice.
Temperature is perfect for the players, and also the stands just sit there and swelter. So we have 2 halves, still 1-1. Been very entertaining. Both teams, as we said, even before we started, that they would be fairly evenly matched up, and that's exactly what's happened. That's why we're still in overtime.
Goals tonight from Kaylin Billmeyer of Wayzata and Kippen Keller of Minnetonka. So, underway in the OT, unable to control it at the sideline was Nelson. Throw in by Patera and Minnetonka. Broken back up by Hyde for Wayzata. Drop back to Billmeyer, now ahead for Hyde. Billmeyer booting it ahead, off the foot of Nelson it goes. Middle of the field. Clark lost it. And back come the Skippers with Keller. Keller trying to cross it, and it went off of Billmeyer. Back to Patera it comes. Missing on the tackle was Clark, and a whistle and a foul on her. Free kick will be taken by Pitsley. Pitsley putting it ahead, header toward the net. High bounce, and Coonan able to make the stop. Thorson was the closest Minnetonka player to it, but they had a couple of players near the ball. Thorson's here, the one racing to it, and Kendall Coonan able to get up and grab it. Back at the other end, Minnetonka now defending and having to boot it away, and it is kicked out of trouble by Pitsley. Comes to Hyde. Here's sideline, drop back. Long kick ahead. And back. Patera got it. Across midfield. It comes off the foot of Keller. And played by Paulsgrove. Back to Coonan in the middle of the field. Knocked down there by Amorosi of Minnetonka. Chance for the Skippers now. Shot away and a big save by Coonan. The best save of the night.
There's a sharp bullet coming right to Coonan as she makes a great save. Stands in front of it and keeps it from ricocheting out.
Ellen Mile, the forward, who had that shot. Really, Sig, that's really about the only big save we've had all night. I mean,
Yes.
most of the rest of them have been pretty routine. The 2 goals, but not really nothing you would call a great scoring chance before that one.
No, that was the first quality shot that they've had. Second, actually. They had one earlier that was a quality shot, and Coonan came up with the save, but that was the best one to date.
One more look at it.
But this is a bullet coming right at her. Good placement, and just snags it right out of the air. She'd have been a little bit further off. That could have gone past her.
Well, and she had not gotten it cleanly either. Maggie
Right.
Christ was right there to knock a rebound in. But
Absolutely.
Coonan makes the save. Now a chance for Wayzata. Shot away and a goal. Addison Clark, the freshman, makes it 2-1 Wayzata.
But that's the player we were talking about before the game. The freshman comes in. She's very aggressive, loves to play, getting her opportunity to play in the match. You see her take the shot right here into the corner with 1:31 to go in the first 5 minutes. Now Minnetonka trying to get back in. Keller tries to get something set up. It'll be turnover, throw in for Wayzata. So Wayzata now wants to hang on. And you don't want to go into a defensive shell against a team like Minnetonka.
So Addison Clark gets her opportunity tonight, Sig, to play, and part because of some of the injuries that Wayzata's had. And she comes through, the big goal.
Yes, she does. And I was talking to Coach Pesnecker before the game. He's telling me about her, and ninth grader with a lot of talent.
Free kick put away by Thorson toward the front of the Trojans' net. Keller for Tonka. Trying to get to the outside, driven away by Clark. Out at midfield. It's Albrecht for Wayzata. That's broken up. Back come the Skippers. Amorosi trying to move it ahead. And then driven by Carno toward the sideline, but not out. Skippers get it back.
1 second, final shot. So we'll just switch sides and go right at it again. Where's that goal again? Nice setup here by Clark. Puts it right up top, right underneath the crossbar. Nicely placed. Here's it again. Traps the ball, sets it up, takes it just over the outstretched hands of the keeper. Nice goal for the freshman.
Addison Clark's goal has given Wayzata a 2-1 lead. 5 more minutes to play. Wayzata trying to break a 3-way tie for second place in the conference. Eden Prairie in first. Hopkins, Wayzata, and Minnetonka all 1-1-1 in conference matches.
I think it's going to be a war in that conference. You got 4 quality teams. And I'm seeing 2 of them in this match.
Along the sideline. Up in the air and out of play off of the Trojans. Skippers throw in. A little more urgency for Minnetonka. They have 4.5 minutes to try to get the equalizer here. Ball played to the middle of the field, and getting into the play was Sullivan to knock it away for Wayzata. Well defended by the Trojans. Tonka throw in. Will come from, no, Nebraska is going to get it back. Driven ahead out to midfield, missing Mao on the pass. Now it comes to Keller.
Off and running, trying to get something set up and loses the ball. Over the touchline throw in for Wayzata. Now, one of part of the problem down there is the pitch is set up for the runoff, and maybe that's what's caused the ball to go out of play so much, not the players. But that's something you need to adjust. Minnetonka trying to get something set up here.
Mao switching back nicely to her left. Well, puts it in on the foot of Keller, and coming back was Carno to break it up, but it is a corner kick coming for Minnetonka. Be taken again by Pitsley.
And again, setting up for a far post.
Trying to get the header, and ball cleared away by Michaela Nelson.
Minnetonka keeping the ball in, keeping the pressure on the Wayzata defense.
Amorosi sending it right side, driven out of bounds by Turner. Tonka will throw right back in. And that's coming toward the side of the net. The ball is loose out in front and cleared away by Paulsgrove. Coonan getting a hand on it. Paulsgrove kicking it out of danger.
Things getting exciting in front of the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of miscue on the defense, giving Minnetonka almost an opportunity to put one in.
Good takeaway by Hyde to get it away from Keller. Fleck for Minnetonka. Chips it toward the net and out on a bounce. Coonan makes the save. With 2 minutes to go in the second OT. Long boot ahead by Brisley, the keeper, trying to get her team back on the offensive. At midfield, Mao couldn't connect with the ball, and it's taken by Sullivan, drops it back, driven back out to midfield. Trapped by Bill Meyer, but lost it. Good takeaway by the Skippers by Jojo Praska. Paulsgrove, or Colpine helping to get it away for Wayzata. Tonka getting it back. This is Mao. Mao with it deep and played away from her by Emily Sullivan. Throw in for Minnetonka with under a minute to go.
Minnetonka trying to get something set up in the center. Wayzata defense is just clamping down on them.
Cross midfield it goes. They'll play it back for Brisley. Tonka will have to hurry. Borson booting it ahead. Right
Out to
side.
Nelson.
Yeah.
Nelson has it.
Michaela Nelson with 20 seconds left.
She may just let this go over and just let it kill the clock. Yep, she does. And she gets the throw in. So that'll do it.
The Wayzata Trojans will win this one against Minnetonka by a final score of 2-1. They improved to 6-2-2 on the season. Minnetonka drops to 4-5-1. A game-winning goal scored in the second OT by Addison Clark.
What a match. Both teams playing really, really well. Not too many fouls called. That tells you that the whole game is cleanly played. A lot of contact, but not that much called. I think Wayzata came up in the overtime when they had to and got it to the right player.
Well, that'll do it for our telecast tonight. For Sig Lagery and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in. Wayzata wins it tonight over Minnetonka, 2-1 the final.